Hi everybody, out at the field today doing a little bit more testing. I got this nice bright orange prop in the mail late yesterday. It's a King Kong 6040 quad prop. You get up, they're cheap as chips, as I've heard said. They're like you get 20 props, 10 of each direction, spinning direction, for about $5. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to bench test it. This is the Racerstar BR2406 2600 motor, but I did a quick whiz on the watt meter. Very efficient actually, only pulling about 31 amps. So I'm going to do a quick flight on 3S and then try it on 4S and see how we make out. So here we go on 3S, start the timer. So I did one flight with it already. Pretty good power on 3S. It's not as stiff as some props. With this motor, I think you definitely on 3S get better power and performance with the GemFan 6045 carbon nylon, because it's you know, a much stiffer prop and of course higher pitch. But you know, for 25 cents a prop, it's not bad, and like I said, very efficient, only pulling 31 amps, running the Turnigy AE 45 amp speed controller, 22.5 degrees on the timing, 24 kilohertz on the pulse width modulation. Runs pretty smooth, relatively quiet compared to some other props. Comes in a wide range of colors. I had to get mine in orange, mostly because that's all they had, but anyway, no matter. You can't really tell what color it is when it's whizzing around at several thousand RPM. Still gives pretty good torque, you know, good torque and climb out with this motor. Yeah, it winds out pretty good actually for a 25 cent prop. Again, like I said, I think this GemFan 6045, you know, for best all-around performance is probably a better choice. But you know, if you had one of these laying around, you certainly, you know, they're certainly cheaper per prop than the GemFan 6045. All right, so I think that's enough on 3S. Let's bring her in and land. Oh, good timing. There goes my alarm. All right, so let's just do a quick check on the motor and the speed controller. I don't anticipate much heat buildup at all. Oh yeah, that motor is cool. I mean, it's, you know, barely. It's a cool day here today. Right now, it's only about 16 Celsius. Yeah, no problem. So there we go. There it is on 3S. So just going to stop now and put a 4S battery in there and see what happens. I've already flown one flight on 4S with the 6x3 EMP prop, and I was very surprised. Although it pulled 43 amps on the bench, I was very surprised at how cool the motor was. So I thought maybe I'd go up and pitch here and see how it goes, and then I'll be able to tell you whether I thought it was faster with this prop or the 6x3 EMP. So be right back with you soon, folks. Hi folks, part 2 of the test today. So same setup, King Kong 6040 prop, Racerstar BR2406 2600 motor, now on 4S. Just did a quick test with the watt meter, pulling about 44.5 amps, so a little bit more than what the 6x3 EMP was. So let's see what happens when the rubber hits the road, so to speak. Yeah, that's definitely a little faster than the 6x3 EMP with that extra pitch, so we'll be interested to see you know, how the motor handles that amp draw, because I don't think I've ever pushed this motor that hard in any other testing on 3S. With the 6x3 EMP, it was producing about 1400, just over 1400 grams at full throttle, about 800 at mid throttle, which is pretty respectable for, you know, a 2600 kV motor. Especially for the price, this is a very, I think of all the motors that I've tested, well, definitely of all the motors that I tested, I think that this is the best value quad racing motors in park jets, I mean. It's certainly not the cheapest, but I found it to be the most versatile, and you know, for the performance, yeah, that rips pretty good. You know, per the performance per dollar, it's definitely a great little motor. I've been very pleasantly surprised and pleased with it. Banggood, you know, Banggood's kind of funny sometimes. I think it's about the regular price is about $13, and I think like forever almost it's been closer to about $10. So oh yeah, baby. Sukhoi Atola of rock and rolla. What are we doing for time here? Okay, so that's probably about it. We'll come in and land and see how hot that motor is. I didn't, you know, I didn't notice any drop off in performance, that, you know, maybe the ESC or the motor was getting too hot. So let's unplug her here, and yeah, got a noisy servo there. This is supposed to be my winter beater plane. I don't think it's happy that it's come out of retirement. Actually, that is really not bad. I mean, the you know, cheaper motors, they do tend to cheap out a little on the bearing, so I can really feel in the base plate here. I can feel some pretty serious heat, but I don't think I'd have any problems whatsoever running that, you know, a couple of 4S flights back to back. Speed controller's warm, but again, nothing too bad. Battery's good. So yeah, that's good. That's really good performance, I think, for this inexpensive motor. Like I said, I'll have to bench test it, but you know, just in the air, what my 56-year-old Mark 1 eyeglass assisted eyeballs can tell, I think it's faster with this prop than with the 6x3 EMP. You know, certainly not as fast as, you know, some of the other absolute beast motors, the GEP RC, but that's kind of not why I was doing this testing. As I mentioned, I think that this is, of all the quad racing motors that I've tested, this is probably the best value for the money that I've seen. So I've already done a review video on this once before, and I'll link that down below. I'm going to redo that review video here very shortly, you know, now that I've got a sort of a larger database of performance evaluation done here at the field and on the bench, and once I get this prop bench tested, we'll see how that goes. So there we go, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Please check out the comments down below for more info. Blue skies, calm winds to everyone. Park jet noise, the other sound of freedom, baby. Take care.